Audrey. This is going to be kind of a vlog style video. Able to come to you today and do a shave that I've been wanting to do for a while now. If you remember, a couple weeks back, Dave in Kentucky did a little auction style thing where he was auctioning off a bunch of Old Spice cologne, aftershave, talcum powder, a Gillette coin, a razor, all that. Well, this is the video where I use that stuff. But I also have a Ship Grand Turk Salem bowl cup, and it has actual vintage Old Spice soap still in it. It was unused when I got it, and there's still a hint of Old Spice smell on it. So we're going to kind of do a full Old Spice shave today and also use those products that I got from Dave in Kentucky for the first time. So I'm excited to use them. This is the razor. It's a brass razor, but hasn't been branded yet. And what I mean by that is that it's a prototype razor that was sent to him for feedback. I haven't been asked to provide feedback on it, so to be honest with you, I'm probably not going to delve too much into how it performs. It looks like one of those typical heads that is like a Merkur 34C knockoff, so to speak. It's a little rough in some of the machining in some spots underneath, like around the posts and stuff like that, but for the most part, everything seems to be fairly straight. So we'll load it up and see how it goes. I'm going to load a Shark Super Stainless blade into it. And we will begin our shave. So let's see here. And then, as many of you know, I also, whoops, I spilled some water. I'm gonna have to pause here in a second. I have another Old Spice bowl that is empty that I always put my brush in. So 1 second. All right, sorry about that. I didn't want water everywhere. So I did bloom this Old Spice soap because I haven't used it in a long time. I don't use it a lot, mainly because it's vintage, and when it's gone, it's gone. I probably won't ever replace it, or won't be able to replace it. So not a really good excuse. Should just use this stuff, to be honest with you, because when I first got it, it had a pretty decent smell. Now it's pretty much non-existent. But it is what it is. And I have one of these that goes on top, but doesn't really create a perfect seal, so you don't really have, it's not like it's preventing some of the scent from evaporating off. So the brush I'm using today is the TSC member brush. So we'll go ahead and load up. Got a little boy right there. It's his birthday today, so give me just a second here. 1 second, Connor. Oh, Sadie and Connor, huh? Now you guys are seeing what life's like at the Cvargo household. So, alright. Got loaded up. 1 second, guys. My hands are soapy. Rub some of this in. It makes good lather, though. I'll tell you that much, guys. The lather on this soap is always good. I would almost argue better than Williams. Vintage Williams, to be honest with you. I get really good results from this stuff. Alright, let me pause you real quick, see what the kids want, and then we'll be back to start the shave. Alright, so you might hear kids in the background. They wanted to come in, so they're sitting in the back. So.
Daddy? Why are you doing that?
Shave them, bud. So get the hints of Old Spice. It's got the little bit of the vintage smell in it too, so.
Daddy?
Okay.
Daddy?
Let's see here. Then they want it out. So, all right, let's go ahead and begin here. Got the lather a little sudsy, but it's okay. Razor's performing pretty good. No problems there. I think I'm going to have to go back to the puck and get a little bit more soap. I don't think I got enough. I'm using the smaller brush though, and the soap is hard. I'm not crazy about brass razors, but I didn't go for Dave in Kentucky's auction for this. They have a smell. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but brass razors have a smell to them. And it reminds me of pennies. I don't like it. Okay. What we're gonna do since this can be a longer video, and you guys can just skip around if you don't want to watch it all, but you know, the truth is I'm behind on all of your guys' videos, and I feel bad about that. I'm caught up everywhere else in the forum pretty much. I get a little bit behind in some areas, but I get caught up fairly quickly. I might not comment on everything, but truth be told, I am reading everything, so, which is always good. You know, hear all the stories about everybody, and I love that about our site. A lot of fun in that regard. So we're gonna get this wet again, and we're gonna go back to the puck and get a little bit more soap, just because the lather wasn't exactly where I wanted it on that first pass. A little tiny bit of disappearing act, but it was super slick, like really slick. Like I'm having a hard time holding onto this brush handle slick. There we go. There we go. We're gonna just transfer it all to the bowl to guarantee that we got enough soap. And there we go, rinse it out. You know, there were 2 scents that my grandpa always used. He used Stetson and he used Old Spice. That was one of the other reasons why I went for the Schultz and stuff, is because it reminds me of seeing what stuff that my grandpa would use. So that's one of the reasons why I went for it. Yeah, the lather's looking much better now. It's weird because these vintage soaps, they don't, you know, they're not going to get to the same consistencies that our artisan soaps are these days, and that's just something that you always have to remember when you're using vintage soap. However, they will be slick. They're usually thinner. You have to remember that. But they're really good. They're really, really good. I love them. They're good soaps. I've used Yardley, Colgate, Williams, and Old Spice when it comes to vintage stuff. And they're all good. They all provide good shaves. But in my opinion, the Old Spice is the slickest. It's a shame that they don't make this stuff anymore. But it's good. Good stuff. Okay, we're going to do 3 full passes today. My son's birthday, we can have a nice shave. Having a party today. So after this, I gotta go pick up the cake. He's having a dinosaur party. This reminds me so much of a 34C in regards to like how it's performing and stuff like that, this razor. So if it ever does hit the market and you guys want a brass razor, this would probably be a good option. I'm not a brass razor fan though. But I've got plans for a pith soon. And to be honest with you, I'll talk to Dave to find out, but I think I'm going to include this razor in it. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm getting a nice shave from it. It's just that I'm not a big fan of brass razors. They stink. There, I said it. Don't like them in that regard. I felt like the timeless brass smelled. The general brass had a smell to it. It's just something about brass razors. I think they're cool when you get a nice shine on them and stuff like that, but I probably won't ever own one. Well, that's a lie, because I own one right now. I rightfully purchased it. But get a little bit more whipping into this soap. We'll do the against the grain pass real quick, and then we'll begin all the post shave. We're going to do it all. Cologne, aftershave, and talcum powder. The one I'm most concerned about being vintage is the talcum powder. I used to use all the time, I would go to Sally's and get Panad Clubman's talcum powder, and I would use it after shaves, and I used to really enjoy it. And it was just like 2 years ago, I ran out and I never replaced it, and I don't know why. It takes away the shine to the face. You use it at the very end after your aftershave is dried down, so it doesn't really interfere with the smell. And it really tones down the shine, and it adds a really, in my opinion, it makes your face smell a little bit smoother longer. I've always enjoyed it. Gives you that nice after barber shop experience. My barber still uses talcum on my neck and stuff like that. I was supposed to go in for haircuts yesterday, but with Connor having the rough night that he did, we opted just to keep him home, and we canceled the haircuts, and we're doing them next week. Because I wanted him to feel better for his birthday, and as you can tell by him knocking on the door and making his appearances known, the kid's feeling better. It goes through him quick. I've had that cold, and it's still coughing a little bit. My wife's had one. Hers just kind of started this weekend too. So that's kind of been a rough point, but yeah, I got an excellent shave. I really did. I'm not going to do touch-ups. I'm pretty much at BBS. I've got down in my very low trouble spots. I'm not quite there, but I really don't feel like chasing that much. I'm pretty much BBS everywhere. So I'm going to pause you guys while I rinse and clean up some of the gear, and then we'll be back to do the post-shave stuff. All right, so yeah, the razor performed really well. It reminds me of a 34C head. I've got a couple of those. I've got a Razor Rock one that I travel with a lot. I've got one from Sterling. The heads are all the same. They're very similar. There's nothing wrong with them. If you like a 34C, you can usually find one at a cheaper price, and you're going to get good results from them. And the thing is that I'm not a fan of the brass. So I need to talk to Dave, because I want to honor the guy's wishes who's going through the trouble of bringing a razor like this to the market. I want to know if I'm allowed to piff it on. I don't know the guy that's making it. I don't know anything about it, but I want to just respect the wishes. So I'll reach out to Dave, or if he watches this, respond to me, let me know what you think. But if I can piff it on, I'll gladly do that. So in my opinion, I didn't consider it part of the price when I was buying it. It was just, in my opinion, was just an extra. So, but I'm not a big fan of those types of razors. Never have been and probably never will. So, but anyways, let's go ahead and get started here. So I got the cologne here. This is the talcum. It's definitely in there, so we'll see how that goes. I'm most nervous about that. And then I got the aftershave, Shulton Old Spice aftershave. You can't go wrong with it. I've got Indian lime in here, and that's great. But I didn't have a bottle of the vintage spice, and this just takes me back. Oh, smells like Grandpa. Smells like Grandpa. Get some of that going here. Oh, good stuff. Yep. There's just something about Old Spice. It just takes you back. And the new stuff from P&G, it's just not the same. You know? And it's a shame, really, because it's such a great scent. It really is. It's a shame that it's not there anymore. And some people have made, you know, like Sterling has made Spice and stuff like that. And it's good, but it ain't Shulton Old Spice. But it's good. Alright, so the cologne in this, it's not a spray bottle obviously, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of dabs in some pressure point areas here, and then I'm going to take a little bit on my chest to get this smell throughout the day. Just kind of, yep, do that. Rub it together. And we'll get some pressure points. And then, oh yeah, good stuff. Okay. So that's good. The face is drying down. This is when you usually come in with the talc. So we'll see how this goes. Like I said, I'm most nervous about this, to be honest with you. But we'll see how it goes. So usually, you know, I would just pour it into my hand and just a little bit. It still has some of the Old Spice smell to it too. And then you just kind of take away the shine. Hold everything in. So that's the shave. That's the Old Spice shave. I loved it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Kind of like a walk down memory lane here. Old Spice, if you can get your hands on any of the vintage stuff and the scent agrees with you, I would highly recommend it. It's good stuff and it's a great smell and it's fun. So I'm going to try and get caught up on the cadre a little bit more today. I'm not that far behind, just I think a couple of yesterday's journal posts. I am behind on the videos though, and it's going to take a while to get caught up there, but I promise I will watch them. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't joined, hit us up at theshavingcadre.com. A lot of stuff's in the works. A lot of stuff is in the works. That I can promise you. That's another reason as to why I'm behind on the videos. A lot of my free time has been associated with working with Dave and Chris and getting some of these things ready to roll out hopefully sooner rather than later. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday, and I'll see you guys on the pages. Have a good day, Cadre.